Oh, hello. I didn't see that. What is up, guys? Handyman Sam here, and today I'm going to be replacing a serpentine belt on a 1997 Dodge Ram 1500. So let us begin. Okay, so you guys know the drill. You know, pop the hood latch, shut the tree lamps in the door, and then raise the hood, which will give you access to the serpentine belt, which is this. Now let me just pause for a second and say this. I would go ahead and check to see if you have a diagram on the frame of your truck or car or SUV, whichever type of vehicle you have. You want to make sure you have a diagram like this, and if you don't, you want to take note of how your serpentine belt is routed. Otherwise, it might be a pain to put it back on. So we'll want to start off by loosening the tension of the belt, which can be done by getting a socket and ratchet and putting that on the nut of the tensioner and turning it clockwise so that the belt will come free. Now with a Dodge, or for this model Dodge, which is a second generation, I'll need a 15mm socket with a ratchet and maybe some kind of bar or pipe to go over the end of the ratchet. If you have a breaker bar, you could use that instead, or if you're strong enough to use just the ratchet, you can do that as well. But we'll start off by loosening that. So I'll take my ratchet and a 15mm socket and get them ready, and then get some kind of pipe like this to help relieve the tension. Make sure it's adjusted so it will go clockwise to relieve the tension. You can see the belt starting to come loose there. And so you can just slip it over this idler pulley in the middle, and then it comes free. Then you'll just want to pull it out like so. Careful not to get it caught up in your fan. There we go. And this here is the idler pulley I was talking about. I said this pulley because it doesn't have any grooves, and so it's so easy to just slip the belt off. You can tell if a serpentine belt is starting to go bad by looking at cracks such as this, and on the other side it's starting to get pretty worn. My camera will focus. See there? That's not just dirt, that's actually the belt wearing quite a bit. Compared to this new serpentine belt, you can tell that it's in pretty good shape, and you can tell there are no cracks as well. So now we're ready to put on the new belt, and we'll take a look at our diagram. We can see that's the pulley we pushed on to be able to take the belt off, and then we took it off of that idler pulley there. And you can also see the rest of the pulleys here. This is your alternator pulley, your power steering pulley, and so on. And you'll just want to follow the diagram like it's shown, or follow your notes from where, if you don't have a diagram, then you can look back at those at your drawing and put on the belt correctly. I'll probably start off by looping the bottom of the belt here on this pulley, and then kind of stringing up through here, and then looping this side over, and then once I'm ready to secure the belt on, I'll push down on the tensioner and then slide it over this pulley here. I'll try to give you guys a better view this time. I'm just gonna loop it down here, catch the very bottom pulley, loop it around this little pulley here, the middle one. Sometimes it helps to have two people, but you can do it yourself if it comes down to it. And I would suggest doing this whenever the engine is cool, because you do not want to work over a scalding hot engine. At least I don't. Yeah, you want to make sure the belt is 100% lined up. You don't want to have any teeth hanging off the pulley. I'll give you guys a bird's eye view. All I'm lacking now is pushing this belt down below this pulley that I'm pointing at there. And what I'll do is I'll push down on this tensioner clockwise, then that'll allow me enough slack to be able to push this underneath the pulley. So I'll just grab the same ratchet and socket like I used before, and maybe pipe if you don't have a breaker bar. And you can either, depending on how you're orientated, you can either push or pull on the pulley. It just kind of depends, but either way it needs to go clockwise. So this tensioner is pressed down, pushing down the belt, and voila. I'll make sure all my teeth are on good. Let's say we're good. So as we can see, the belt is on all the pulleys. It's exactly how it needs to be. Never hurts to double check your work. And if your old belt isn't in terrible shape, I'd keep it. I kept my old one, you know, just in case something goes really wrong with a new Serpentine belt. But that is pretty much it, my friends. Thank you again for watching. I have more videos sort of like this, like maintenance and repair and that kind of thing. Try to post video every other weekend. So we will see you guys in the next video. I'm sure they knew I was kidding about the branches in the door. I hope so.